All right, so pretty wild price action with Bitcoin since the ETF. We're going to talk about if there might be a pullback or not with Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about gold. And this is an excerpt from our private live lab. Enjoy. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I wouldn't.
Nothing major that's going to last weeks or whatnot. If there is a pullback, it's going to be temporary. It's going to be short and sweet. Well,
let me put it this way. The possibility of a pullback, I think, would come with a wider traditional finance pullback. Because I don't care what's going on with Bitcoin. So far, every single time, even in like a run up to a halving and everything, if there's a major crash in everything, Bitcoin has gone down. I see no reason for that to change right now.
No, exactly. Here's the thing. This is why you got to be so pragmatic towards Bitcoin and not get caught up in the hype of Bitcoin. Because the hypesters will tell you it's digital gold. It's not. During COVID, you all remember what happened during COVID, right?
Oh, yeah. It crashed to the prior year's yearly lows.
Yeah, it did not behave like a digital gold at a safe harbor. No.
Here's the thing, though. Even gold in those times crashes. It's not about the short term, because Bitcoin is an inflationary hedge. It's just that way over time. So in the short term, it's going to crash like everything else, but what happened afterwards was it pretty much outperformed everything after it crashed in the COVID crash. So it's just one of those things where if you're expecting to avoid a crash at the time of the crash with Bitcoin, so far, it simply hasn't happened. Not really. But if you are in Bitcoin and you didn't manage to get out before the crash, which is what happens oftentimes, so far, the rebound has outperformed the vast majority of the market afterwards. So it really does act as an inflationary hedge, but just not in the way people are thinking. That's all. So we want to be real. We don't want to say there's no pullbacks, because always pullbacks could happen. But I will say, with a pretty good statistical degree of confidence, that Bitcoin is probably not going to have a major pullback as long as the rest of the market remains stable, and as long as some kind of, if something doesn't change in the landscape, like if all of a sudden Gensler doesn't get what he wants, and if they put the kibosh on this whole thing, that would kill it. So we don't have the ability to tell the future to that degree, but I'm with V on this. Statistically, I'm pretty confident no major pullbacks at this time. I don't think we're going to go see 15,000 again. We might see 30, we might see 30,000. That's even 30,000 is kind of a low probability at this point. It's a lot more possible than 15, but everything's based on probabilities. And here's the thing, the way that I have my assets is that I have a hodl bag that doesn't really get touched ever. And then I have a trading bag. And that trading bag is going to take advantage of the small moves, right? And then it will, the level by level trades that you see me talk about every day. So the hodl bag experiences the gains in the long term. So that way, it doesn't matter to me what happens if there's a pullback or not. It just doesn't affect me in the long term, right? It's all about your positioning. So I cut you off there, V, a minute ago, that you were going to say something.
No, I think that was it. So good.
Yeah, I mean, if there is a major pullback, let's just go into that. Let's just say that happened, even though it doesn't look like it will, but it could. Anything can happen. Just looking at the price action, where might that go to? Well, here's the trade from yesterday. So, that trade. We're about to enter the trade right here. If anybody wanted to kind of follow along on this breakout trade on Bitcoin, that's the trade from, I think it was today that I actually mapped this out, from 30 minutes ago. But to look at a high time frame on a major pullback, it should be on the daily here. So your areas of pullback are going to be a reasonable pullback, 38, but it probably won't go below that. That's a reasonable pullback. And then another one will be sitting at about 31, but it probably wouldn't go below 33. You'd probably get front ran, right? And then another one would be something like this. This is a strong pivot point right here. Look at this. This line that I'm about to draw, watch this. I wouldn't expect, for price to go below 25 right now is very low probability for me, because you got this pivot here, this group of pivots right there. And then you got, so this is on like the bear case, something happens in the economy, whatever, right? Stock market drops, whatever. That's a big pivot point sitting there at about 25,000. And then you have another one sitting at like strong, sitting at about 31.5, right? 31.5, and price could easily wick down to or below that. So yeah, if something happens and the market, like the traditional finance market starts to freak out or something happens in Bitcoin, then those are my likely pullback areas, right? For the short term. But I mean, I don't trade on that high a time frame. It doesn't matter to me. That's not really even paying attention to that, really. Not until the time comes, right? So it's not a concern for me. So I wouldn't, like, right now, I wouldn't be on the sidelines, like, waiting for that pullback. If I was looking for, I don't know right now, just with everything right now, I would just take the risk. Sure, there could be a pullback, but I'm telling you right now, I think by the end of the year, the price is going to be much higher than it is right now. That's what I think. So I would just not be on the sidelines anymore if I were on the sidelines at this point. If there's a pullback, there's a pullback. So what? I just sit through it. And then if there is some kind of crazy economic cataclysm, then that's just something that, I guess I took a risk and I got to take the hit. Like that's just trading, bro. So anyway, that's how I think. That's how I roll. Like it's just you go with the probabilities, and you either win or lose. And in the meantime, I got these short-term trades. I can actually pull some money out and supplement on those. So, all right, cool. Let's get some chart requests. Gold was requested earlier, I think, by Be Good. So let's take a look at gold. USD and the gorilla wanted to see gold.
It is a gold.
I like gold. All right, so I think it wants to pop up right now. Not to say that it will. Gosh darn it. Because I'm zoomed in to make this easier for people to see, I get this weirdness.
You are zooming
on these charts. I'm doing nothing.
You are zooming.
Do nothing.
That's the greatest motivational speech ever.
Oh, dude, I'm cracking up. I'm sent that around. Okay, so gonna look at the high time from Algo as soon as it populates. Look, gold is I think it's always going to be high time frame bullish, but right now it's in a pullback, and so I think it's going to consolidate just in this general area right now. I think you're going to not see a lot of excitement with gold until you see a lot of excitement with gold. So it wouldn't surprise me to see just a consolidation in this area, bouncing back and forth. Because it wants to pop up, but then higher time frame, it's got some downward pressure. So I think you get pop-ups, or for the short term now, not for too long, we might see price kind of pull these quick pop-ups and then just grind and then head down towards like 1970. But it may not get there. It's gold is bullish high time frame, but again, on the weekly, it's seeing a pullback, but that pullback is like super shallow, right? It's like the cork is being held down underwater right now, and just the slightest release of pressure will cause gold to go up. So I think, if I had to even say the following comment, it would be like this looks rather like it's being held down rather than it's falling down. See what I mean? Like I think this might be a top-down compression. And in my opinion, in order for this to occur, China has to agree. So China must be agreeing to let gold hang out. Because if China didn't agree, they just... I'm pretty sure that Shanghai has to agree. I think COMEX has lost the plot and has lost the ammo that they normally have to hold things down in the London fix. It's just my opinion. Shanghai actually doing 100 times the volume of the COMEX on the daily. Yeah, pretty sure Shanghai holds the keys right now. So that's where it is. Another place where price, if it were to go down and pop up, might be anywhere from like around 2000. Might not make it below 2000. We'll see. But I would be looking at short-term trades. I'd be bouncing back and forth on gold right now. So let's look at gold. What else we got? All right, thanks for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed the show. Come visit us over at our website. You see it on the screen right there. There's also YouTube, Twitter, aka X, TikTok, Rumble. You can zap that QR code or take you straight to the website. I am very active over on Twitter/X. Also, we are live. That's Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. EST, right up to 9 a.m. EST. Come stop by, talk to us on YouTube, ask us questions. We're happy to help you out for free. Hope to see you there.